Welcome to the User Management Training video. In this video, we will walk through how to create and manage the users who have access to your Paytrace account. A few things to note as I am logging into this test account. I am logging in as the account administrator, which has all permissions enabled, including the permission to manage users. If you log into your account and you do not see the same menus I do in this video, you will want to connect with your Paytrace account administrator to get your user profile set up with the applicable permissions. Once logged in, we will want to visit the User Management menu from the control panel on the left-hand side. From here, we have the ability to start creating additional user profiles for other users to gain access to the system. Paytrace professional accounts can have an unlimited number of users, while Paytrace basic accounts are limited to a total of 3 user profiles. We're going to create a user profile right now so that we can give someone else access to this account. From this page, we are able to enter in the user's contact name, and we are also able to assign them a username and password. Usernames must be 7 characters in length, and passwords must also be 7 characters in length as well, and must contain a combination of numbers and letters. Your password must be unique to your previous 4 passwords used within Paytrace and are also case sensitive when entering them. You are able to set a sale and refund ceiling, which limits the largest sale and refund a user can process. There is no limit by default, however, entering your cursor into the field will allow you to enter a cap to the largest sale or refund the user can process. If the user attempts to process a transaction above their ceiling, an error message will be displayed and the transaction will not process. Then we are able to select all the permissions for this user. This controls what level of access you would like them to have within your account. Each permission selected will allow the user to perform that function, such as processing sales or refunds, or it will allow them to visit a desired page, such as viewing transactions or managing users or security settings. This allows you to give a user restricted access based upon their needs. Once all the permissions have been selected, you may then choose to have Paytrace email the login information to this user, and then click to create the user and the user profile will be created. If your attempt was not successful, you will be returned back to the Create User Profile page with an error message at the top of the page letting you know why the user was not able to be created. This can be caused by not providing the minimum requirements for a username and a password. After the users have been created, they can then be managed from the Modify User Profile page located right below the Create User Profile link. From here, we are shown our user profile information, which we can update at any time, or reset our password if we need to, and there is an Update button at the bottom that allows us to save any changes we'd like to make. At the top of the page, there is a drop-down menu that will allow us to select any user profile on our account. Once we select a user from the drop-down menu, we can then see their user profile information and can make changes to it. We can change their contact information or update an email address. We can add or remove permissions at any time as well. We can also delete this user profile so that the username and password will no longer work to gain access to the system. You can update the validation image of the user you are currently logged in as by visiting the validation image page. This will show you your current validation image and will allow you to change it to any other image you would like. Please note that you are not able to change any other user's validation image. The user would actually need to log in themselves and then visit the validation image page, at which time they can update their image. You will be able to track unsuccessful login attempts to your account as well. From this page, you can set your date range back and perform a search to find any of your account's users' unsuccessful login attempts. You will also be able to see the IP address associated with the failed login attempt. You will also be able to track any users whose passwords are close to expiring. Passwords must be reset every 90 days, and from here, you can enter in a specific number of days and perform a search, which will show you all the users on your account that have a password set to expire within that date range. The last option under the User Management menu is the Email Addresses page that controls what email addresses are receiving notifications from Paytrace. The email addresses from this page will actually receive Paytrace report and account notifications, whereas the email address on the user profile is only associated with receiving login information for the user account. From here, we can add or remove or update any email address listed on the account. The administrative and optional email addresses will receive all notifications automatically. Please note that the administrative email address is the address listed at the bottom of your shopping cart if you are using that feature. Updating this email address will update the address shown at the bottom of your cart checkout page. At the top of the page, we can additionally add as many email addresses as we want and can specify what reports they are going to get by holding our Control key to make multiple selections. Once we have the desired reports selected, we will click the Manage Email Addresses button and the email address will be added to the list. We can do this as many times as needed to add as many email addresses as desired. This concludes the User Management Training video.